Hi everyone, we have a special guest today. Again, we are still at Bitcoin Amsterdam at the Bitcoin conference. We have Benjamin Gagnon, the CMO, the Chief Mining Operator for Bitfarms. And I was able to witness his discussion about Bitcoin mining and energy usage and other profitability models that come from mining as well. So I would love for you to share your insights with our audience today. But one thing I'd like to maybe start you off with that I was most excited by what you were saying is like the kind of unemotional approach to energy efficiency and maybe what's being misconstrued in the narrative of Bitcoin mining and the ESG model and all that. So what are your thoughts? You can go ahead on that one.
Sure, it's a loaded question. There's definitely a lot to talk about there. It's no surprise to anybody that Bitcoin mining consumes energy. I think where we get confused is we think that more energy consumption is bad. The reality is that all throughout human history, since the onset of time, the ability for us to harness energy and harness greater and greater amounts of energy at lower costs has resulted in more human prosperity, greater society, and a greater situation overall. This is true for when we discovered wood and fire. It was true for when they moved on to whale oil. And then from there we had coal, from there we had nat gas, now we have uranium. There's all these different evolutions in energy and capturing energy and converting it into a form that's useful for human beings, which is electricity. And the more we do of that, the better. What Bitcoin mining is at its core is an incentive to monetize low-cost sources of energy. And when you look around the world, there's all sorts of energy all around us. It's embedded in various forms. It's about how do you get it cost effectively. And I think we really distort markets with subsidies and government policies that change the underlying math. And so, for instance, the largest area for Bitcoin mining in the United States is Texas. Texas has almost 50% of all the Bitcoin mining in Texas. And the reason for that is government subsidies incentivize the installation of solar panels and windmills in a part of Texas where there's no population and no industrial demand and no transmission or distribution capabilities. But that's where they got the most money from the government, right? So they weren't actually solving a problem. They weren't saying, hey, energy prices are really high here. Hey, it's all done with diesel or coal or whatever. We're going to offset that. No, they got the government money. They put it in the place where it was least valuable to do so, but most valuable for the government. And what that means is that when you install these windmills, now you end up with negative pricing because nobody wants to buy your energy and you have to deal with it. And so these windmills will continue operating until the point where the subsidy doesn't even cover the net loss on the energy sold. And so Bitcoin mining comes in and solves a problem. When we look at what Bitcoin mining is and what it's solving the inefficiencies in the system.
Yeah.
And the more government introduces regulatory policy and restraints, the more inefficiency they're going to create in the system, which means that there's more for Bitcoin to go after, to capture, and help fix. And so, when we say fix the money, fix the world, we really mean that. Fix the money, fix the world. They're destroying electricity, they're destroying energy, and Bitcoin is the incentive to bring that back to a real world scenario where the economics matter, the costs matter, and that means that we're only going to be investing in the most efficient forms, where they're needed, when they're needed, because that's the free market dictates. It's an incredible transformation, and after 100 years of over-regulating electricity, we now have a technology to fight back with.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it's exactly what you were saying, like the free market. For anyone who's read The Creature from Jekyll Island, you'll learn the nationalization of industries is the death of it. So I'm really excited to see the different creativity in Bitcoin mining and the different jurisdictions they pursue, and also just different ways that the secondhand production from Bitcoin mining, whether it be heat production or what have you, like other ways that you can also monetize your resources. So what is, like, for example, what's something that you've been inspired by creativity-wise in Bitcoin mining and maybe that you're putting into place in your own business? Or, and also I'll ask you later on about jurisdictions and stuff, but yeah,
Sure.
what's that one?
I think, for me, I'm a unashamed profit maximalist. I fully believe in doing what's best for our company and our shareholders, and that means delivering returns and increasing our profitability. And so, for us to do that, because we can't control revenue as a miner, we really have to focus on costs. And the reality is that when you get down to the 3 or 4 cents where most of our sites are, it's very hard to find energy prices below that at scale. In order for you to reduce that cost, you're going to have to start recycling some sort of input, some sort of a waste, something that's already built into the system as a fixed cost or a sunk cost that you can now recover. And so this is happening with curtailment. This is happening with demand response programs. The heat is an emerging aspect of the industry. And with the new hydro miners that are out there, it's a much more efficient way of capturing that heat, repurposing that heat to some sort of industrial application. I think it's still very early days, but it's the start of a transition away from the old model of mining where people in their garages or hobbyists, they were taking advantage of the power in their communities. Now this is about seeking out the most cost-effective forms of energy anywhere in the globe, wherever they are, and monetizing them. We see it with microgrids in Africa, which if it wasn't for the Bitcoin miner as a baseload customer, they wouldn't have the scale to economically invest in these microgrids. And so, for a Bitcoin miner, this is a great risk reward, right? We get cost-effective electricity. We're in a location where people want us to be there, huge advantage, and we're able to provide a benefit. So we are improving the society where we're operating in. We're doing it profitably, sustainably, and we're doing it in a way that is actually propelling the advancement of humans, right? We're increasing the successfulness of humans, we're increasing human prosperity, and we're doing all of that through Bitcoin mining and energy. That's not being funded by government dollars. Yeah. That's not being funded by government subsidies. These are free market incentives, free market policies that are driving this investment and this change. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot more of is the integration of Bitcoin mining into the energy grid itself, the generation, the distribution, the transmission, wherever there's a key point in that infrastructure, Bitcoin mining can be used in really small and flexible ways to capture inefficiencies, to monetize them, and improve the profitability for everybody in that system. So it's good for the taxpayers or the ratepayers of that electricity. It's good for the energy generation company. It's good for the distribution company. It's good for the miners. The only person it's not good for is probably the politicians, and
that's all right.
That's maybe that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's just fine. Speaking of like what you're talking about in Africa, they're happy to have you there. I know that Bitfarms is in 4 different countries. Are you looking to expand further? Are you worried about regulatory risk? And how are you hedging against that?
Yeah, we take a portfolio approach. So we've got a portfolio of sites, we have a portfolio of energy suppliers, a portfolio of energy rates, a portfolio of different Bitcoin mining machines from manufacturers and models and efficiencies and price points. And when you have that portfolio approach, you do want to encourage more and more diversification. Regulatory risk is probably the greatest risk we face because we live in a world where governments can seemingly do no wrong. They can enact policies that are illegal under their own laws. And in order for that to get overturned, you have to then spend your money, your time, your resources fighting them in court. And and assuming you do win in that situation, you still were subject to that law up until that point. And so it's a very unfair battleground. I don't believe it makes sense to invest in Bitcoin mining in jurisdictions that don't want you there. Yeah. I think the best opportunities will want you there, right? The best opportunities are going to see the benefit that your investment in Bitcoin mining is bringing to their communities, is bringing to their economic situation, whether that be a microgrid community in Africa or a remote farming community in Quebec or something along those lines. They're going to want you there. And that's pretty much true at every site that we operate at. We're actively being courted by mayors, by companies, by all these different groups who want us there. They see the benefit of our investment. They see the benefit of the jobs that we bring, and they see the benefit of all those tax revenues that our investment or our business generates. So I think the best way to deal with that is spread your eggs across multiple baskets and actively seek the environments where you're wanted, because that's going to be where the most benefit is.
Yeah. I think it's great what you're doing, and the free market ruling and dictating where it goes, and money goes where it's treated best, and obviously I think miners are going to do that. And I don't know, forgive me if it was you who said this, or if it was even in that discussion that you were in, but someone was saying how they first thought that, like, the Bitcoin network was their client as a miner, when they're realizing it was actually more so like the energy companies, because miners can act as, facilitating their business much more efficiently. I thought that was an interesting intake. But anyway, you guys check out Bitfarms, and thank you so much, Benjamin, for your time and for your insights, and would love to maybe check up with you in the future and see how things develop for you guys.
Yeah,
That'd be
thank you
great.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks.
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin.